What's up everybody, it's Garrett. I'm back here this week with another video. Instead of doing a tutorial like I normally do, I'm actually going to walk you through one of my favorite stories over one of my favorite pieces. This is the Milky Way galaxy. It was taken down at Ocracoke. We'll get my camera set up to make it look a little bit better, but you just have to get a story. It's such a great story. So what makes this piece so unique isn't necessarily that it's the Milky Way. I mean, you could go anywhere in the United States if it's dark enough and get a picture of the Milky Way. It's not the shooting star over here, which I think is really cool. It's not this cloud over here moving in. It's actually the story behind it. So the story behind this picture is I only had a 30-minute window before the sun rose to get this picture. I had been tracking down the Milky Way for maybe 2 years, trying to get the perfect picture. I live in central North Carolina, and if you go out to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, so way out there in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, you actually get into a spot that is so free of light pollution that you can see the Milky Way with your bare eyes. And let me tell you what, when you see that, it is breathtaking. It is something so amazing. And so me and my friends decided that we were going to take a trip out to the Outer Banks, primarily for the purpose of this. I'm the only photographer in the group, but we'll just go camping. So we decided to all pack up our bags and head out and go stay with our friend who lives out there already. So we load up my Subaru, we head down NC Highway 12, we go past Hatteras, we get to the ferry, and we board the ferry to go to Ocracoke Island. So the only way to get to it is by either boat or by plane. You can't get to it by road, there's no bridges connecting it. So it's like a 2-hour ferry ride. It's not very far, but it just takes forever to go through there. So we had been on the road now, collectively, probably 5 or 6 hours from the time we left Raleigh to the time that we got to Ocracoke. So we get to Ocracoke. As we're crossing the Sound, a huge storm blows in. And you can see it from the distance. You can see it blow throughout. I might throw a picture up on here of the storm that came through. And it just stayed cloudy the entire day. And I was like, oh man, because we only had 1 day at Ocracoke to get this. And it was getting towards the end of the year. It was around October, so the Milky Way was starting to go down on the horizon, so you couldn't really see it as well. So I'm like, oh my God, I have to get this shot this one weekend. And it just was windy, it was cold, it was cloudy. And so we're camping on Ocracoke, the wind's whipping, it's probably 50 degrees out. It's not a really beachy time. My friend forgot to bring tent poles, so his tent collapsed on him. Meanwhile, I'm sleeping in the Subaru. And at like 5:30 in the morning, I woke up and I had this moonroof. And I looked out and I saw the most amazing stars I've ever seen in my life. And my friend Bob texted me at 5:30 because he was also awake. And in all caps, he said stars. And I responded in all caps, yes. And then he said, we have to go shoot. I'm like, yes. So it was like 5 o'clock. Took me about 30 minutes to get all my bags ready out. So by this time it's 5:30. The sun starts rising at 6. So we are really cutting it close because once that sun starts rising, it starts bleaching out these stars and you lose the entire Milky Way. And so we throw everything out of the car. We can't go anywhere, we can't drive anywhere because we don't have enough time. And so I just point the camera up at the sky and just start clicking away. I think I had my exposure set to like 3, maybe 6 seconds. And that's how we got this really cool shooting star over here. And so really, this whole picture, granted, I wish I had more time to plan it out. I wish I had more time that night to get pictures, but it just wasn't feasible. But this picture was taken in only a 30-minute window, and this was the last time I could get it for the year. Now, from that trip, it was the most beautiful sunrise. Like I said, you got some clouds over here. So if you go to my website, actually, and go to my store, you can see some of those shots with the clouds, the beautiful sunrise. And if you're a photographer, I actually have a sample sky replacement set up for you. It's free on my website. All you have to do is subscribe to my newsletter, and it's yours. And it's just all from this weekend. This was a really great weekend, great trip with friends, and really we were able to capture a once-in-a-lifetime shot and a once-in-a-lifetime story. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know, some feedback, what you want to see next. I'll catch you all next week.